Todd, do you want to start with an opening statement, and we'll go to questions?
Well, it's certainly great to be in front of you today talking about a bowl game. You know, a year ago we were having very different conversations, and so to be sitting here today with an 8-4 record with still another game to go, I can't say enough about the job that Tyson did this year. Just a phenomenal job, completely turning things around. He and his staff, you know, just came together and did a great job, and our players certainly deserve incredible credit for how hard they played all year long, the togetherness that they showed, the focus that they maintained, and bowl games are a reward, and so it's a very fitting reward for this team to have one more game. We're very excited about going to Dallas and being in the First Responders Bowl.
To add to that, I think our guys will be really excited. I know our players will to have one more opportunity to try to go get a big bowl win. It's great that it's in Dallas, and you know, we'll get to play a good Western Michigan football team. It ought to be a very challenging game for us, but it should be an exciting game as well. So I know our guys will be looking forward to getting to practice and getting things going. And with that being said, questions?
What do you think just about the long lag time there? That's usually longer than some bowl games are used to really doing.
You know, you just got to be creative in what you do, and you look at it two ways. You know, it gives you a little more time to practice, to continue to develop your young players. You know, and you guys get to go home for Christmas for a little bit, give them a little downtime, let them get refreshed, and then their minds go to, hey, let's go on the bowl trip and go get a big bowl win. So I think they'll handle it well. You know, there's two scenarios: either get it done before Christmas or get it done after Christmas. You know, sometimes those Christmas bowls, they can be really fun, but you know, you're in a hotel and those kind of things. So, but yeah, to be able to, the date, I don't think is going to, you know, have a problem for us at all, to be honest with you.
Just the early thoughts. I mean, I know you just got it announced, but I mean, just the way your team stacks up and anything that you may or may not know about Western Michigan.
Just now learning them. I know their back's really good. Their running back. It looks like he's had a lot of yards on the season, a lot of touchdowns. Quarterback's a good player as well. I have not got to see them. I'm just looking at the stats right now. Looks like they've played a challenging schedule. They were kind of like us. I think they were in the hunt to try to make it to the conference championship, and you know, so they're a good football team. And we've played that league a lot, you know, and it's a very competitive league. And so I anticipate a really good team that we're about to play.
You know, a lot of the bowls have been in Florida, which has been a big recruiting ground, and this just kind of takes you guys to a different part of the region. Just how unique is that side?
I think it comes at a good time because we're recruiting in Texas. You know, some of the high school kids, junior colleges. You know, I was over in Texas last week and was able to, you know, get to visit some of the schools over there, and so it's. I think it'll be an advantage for us, to be quite honest with you, to be able to market our program and put ourselves on a platform for those guys to see. So it comes at a good time.
Todd, kind of the same question for you. Just when you look at the overall brand of Western, it's been in Florida for so long, and now just kind of expanding out to different regions.
Well, that's the neat thing about bowl games is, you know, it lets you take your program somewhere else. And this is a little different for us, but I think it's a positive. I mean, we've obviously played a bowl game out of the country. We've played bowl games in the state of Florida. We played a bowl game in Detroit. We've not played a bowl game in Texas. And I think Dallas is a great, vibrant city, and it'll be a great experience for our team and our fans.
Todd, do you like this location as far as for fan attendance? It might be better because WKU fans are already used to kind of traveling for the Conference USA tournament in the Dallas area. Do you think that will kind of affect attendance for this game?
Well, I hope so. I mean, I think there's no reason not to be there. I mean, the way this team has played, again, the conversations we're having today versus a year ago, these guys deserve the Hilltopper Nation to be there. I mean, they really do. I think they've done their part. They've done a tremendous job all year long of rising to the occasion. And, you know, obviously, I think what's great about our program is we're not about just making bowl games. games, I mean, the goal is to win them. I mean, and if we win this bowl game, and you take a look at what the reality of that would be, is it would be we tripled last season wins total and finished with a bowl game. I mean, that would be an incredible accomplishment. It already has been, but that would add on to it. And so I hope our fans are there to help these guys hopefully achieve that goal.
Coach, you kind of touched on it a little bit there, but just the momentum that you guys have built and the 3 games and how confident you are, just how is this team now, just knowing going into the game, just the momentum that you guys have?
Yeah, I think we can still carry that momentum. You know, we got a couple seniors that this will be their last game, and they're important to us. I mean, you look at Ty's story, you know, this will be his last opportunity to go wear a Hilltopper uniform, and I know he'll be anxious to get out there, and that's just one of them that come to mind. But there's a lot to play for in this game. You know, we've finished strong through the end of the season, and we got to be smart and carry that momentum in, you know, how we practice and the way we approach the bowl game. But there's one thing about our guys, they love to compete, and it doesn't matter who you play or where you're at. They love being able to put that uniform on and be able to try to go get a win.
Do you know when you'll start, you know, back in pads and going over?
We'll start this week. And then, you know, we'll have to look at moving forward, kind of, you know, how often we go, because you got finals going on and those kind of things. But, you know, our guys had 2 PRP practices last week where they went out there on their own. They did a great job. You were talking about momentum. I mean, they almost approached it like we were getting ready for a game, to be honest with you. So if we can stay in that routine where every week we're getting good quality work in, then that's what we'll try to do.
How valuable are these extra practices going to be, even just preparing for 2020 and the guys that you do have coming back?
Extremely important. It allows you to gain a little bit of an edge. You know, you have spring football, but it's like having spring football twice, to be honest with you. And how we practice is unique to a lot of teams. Everybody gets reps. Everybody's constantly getting developed. But it allows us more opportunities now to continue to develop our young players, you know, and I don't think you lose a lot. You know, you play in the bowl game, you have just a little time off, you come back in January, next thing you know, you're in spring football. So I think there's a lot of positives to it, to be honest with you.
Coach, how do you kind of balance, you know, you have early signing period, you have bowl practice, and kind of giving the players some time off for Christmas? How do you kind of balance all of that?
Well, it's a fun time of year, to be honest with you. I mean, you got a lot going on. Again, it gives us an extreme advantage. Like, we have recruits that will be in this weekend. You know, we'll probably try to time up some kind of practice or something like that where they get an opportunity to see how we work, you know, and what do we do. And so I think that's an advantage. You know, a lot of teams, they don't get to do that. So when you're a bowl team and you're getting ready to, you know, for the bowl season, and it ties in with recruiting, and you're able to, you know, put it all together, I think it gives you an advantage. And so I'm looking forward to that, to be honest with you.
Todd, just last 4 days, you know, you've had a lot of people in here. I know this isn't related to the bowl, but I mean, you mentioned people down there just riding a big wave of things in athletics here. Just what does that feel like?
This week has really been awesome. I mean, it really has. I mean, I've been fortunate enough to be the AD here for 8 years, and I don't remember a 4-day period like this one. And if we're going to be, as an athletic department, nationally relevant outside South Central Kentucky, we really have to do 3 things. Number 1, we have to win. That's obvious. Number 2, we have to schedule aggressively in non-conference play and then take advantage of those opportunities. And then number 3, we have to make postseason play and then be successful when we do. And this week was all of that front and center, if you think about it. You know, in terms of winning, all 3 programs that played won. In terms of the scheduling aggressively and taking advantage of the opportunity, both women's basketball and men's basketball picked up Power 5 wins, the women beating Oklahoma and the men beating Arkansas. reaching the postseason and being successful. I mean, we could have a whole separate press conference and talk about everything our volleyball program and Travis Hudson accomplished this year. But to be able to host the first and second round of the volleyball tournament, to win a first round game, obviously in advance to the second round, a huge accomplishment. And then I think with football today, it kind of carries over to today. Football's really checked all three of those boxes this year, with the exception of the postseason win, which we haven't played that game yet. But, to go 8-4, I mean, I don't know how many teams last year won 3 or fewer games and are sitting here talking about a bowl game this year. Probably not very many. The non-conference portion of it, we had opportunities for good non-conference wins against Army and Arkansas and capitalize on those. I think that's one of the great accomplishments of this team. Again, I talk about that Arkansas game. We've played better teams than Arkansas, but we've not played a better program. And 2 years ago we played an Illinois team that was 2-10. As it turned out, we didn't capitalize on an opportunity. A year ago we played a Louisville team that finished 2-10. We didn't capitalize on an opportunity. So even when you play one of these teams that they're not as strong as they've been, it's still a hard game. You still have to go in and execute and make plays. And so to go into Fayetteville and dominate that game was a true testament to our team, and again, taking advantage of the opportunity. And now, to their credit, they're in the postseason. We'll have a lot of eyeballs on us December 30th. It's an ESPN game, a national game, much deserved attention. Western Michigan's a really good team. It's a tough opponent, but that's what you want in a bowl game. And again, it's an opportunity, and these are the things that we have to do if we're going to be relevant nationally. And I think I was just really proud of all three programs, and now football as well, for what they've done this year, capitalizing on those opportunities and reaching our goals.
Tyson, having heard that and having seen in the past what bowl success can do for a program moving forward, how important would a win be for this program coming in with everything that's been accomplished this season already, but then looking ahead as well as to what this could do for WKU?
Well, it's extremely important. It's what you play the season for, is to get into a good bowl and then try to go, it's kind of your championship, to be honest with you. That's how you got to view it, a championship mentality. It gives you momentum going into the off season, and going into spring football. So there's so many things that we're playing for right now, and like I said, it's the last game for a lot of people, and so when you add all that together, it's an extremely important game, and it allows us to continue to take the necessary steps to keep moving our football program forward to where we want it to go. And so we'll be excited to be able to represent our program and try to get this bowl win.
Anything else? Thank you.
Thanks, guys.